Oh, hey guys, we're just here at Steve's house right now, and I don't know, we just kind of ate dinner and stuff like that, and I did a steering stabilizer replacement as well. Oh shit. But anyways, no, definitely very excited about this week's episode that we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about a lot. There's no one on here. I don't know why I'm talking. Oh, there was a person on there. I feel so rude. No.
What'd you do?
I said, I ain't no one on here. Why did you freaking talk? And there was like two people and they left as soon as I said
Damn
that.
it, John!
Damn it, John. You son of a bitch. I know. There. You gotta look. You can't look there. You gotta look into the camera.
I know.
Just look in the camera right now. There it is.
All right, let me get that.
Or you can look at yourself and it looks like you're looking at somebody you don't match. Oh.
I could.
Oh, hey, random one person. How are you
Hello.
doing? Nice to meet you. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm John, and this is Steve from Between Two Jeeps.
Between Two Jeeps. Well, we're getting our awesome studio stuff set up for our podcast.
I'll even get the Quadratech.
Whoa.
Oh, my free coupon.
All right, so we're gonna record because I gotta stitch stuff together with the stuff that recorded from Bear Wallow.
Dude, that Fox Factory.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Dude, that's bad fucking ass.
It's $400.
That's too expensive for that.
Well, I figure when we go up to meet with Mr. Maloney. Oh, hey, Mike, you guys make these.
Hey, you know,
Right.
we might get a sponsorship.
All right, so anyway, I'm gonna start the recording.
Oh.
So hey, so the benefit of being a YouTube subscriber on our channel is you actually get to see us set up the podcast and start doing the recording. So you get like a little free preview beginning kind of thing. So, oh great, the light turned off. Hold on, I gotta give me 1 second here to play with my light. And there we go.
Thank God.
Now we're lit up. All right. So right now we're still outside doing our podcast, but we do have the Jeep cave over yonder
that we're gonna
that
be
way.
in. Yeah.
That's got, it's part of the CCC. So we will be starting podcasts once the weather starts getting crappier in there with a nice roaring fire.
Cooper's Clue Club
With the refrigerator.
instead of the Ku Klux Klan.
It's
Cooper's
Cooper's Country Club.
No, it's Cooper's Clue Club. The Clue Club.
But it's got it's a very Jeep themed garage, and this is kind of nice in there. But the weather's so nice, so we're out in the barnyard today.
Where we do our satanic rituals at.
Our Jeep cult shit. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and record this. So we're gonna have to pause in the middle and say, okay, now we're gonna insert a bunch of the stuff we captured at Bear Wallow, insert the 3 audio sections we captured, and then we'll pick up for the conclusion.
That's fine.
Plan?
Yeah.
Right. And we are recording.
Hey guys, this is John.
And Steve.
And we're here at Steve's house right now, just after our Bear Wallow trip, and we're gonna kind of go through it, and we're gonna kind of talk about what we experienced our entire trip, some of the ups and some of the downs of our trip, and some very exciting news that we got going on in our near future that is pretty very exciring news.
Pretty very exciting.
It's extreme news.
It's extremely exciting news. First I want to talk about the shirt.
There's a cat.
Yeah, there's cats. I live on a farm. Those in the community that watch our podcast, there's a company called Off-Road Outfitters, and I'm repping this new shirt from them, and it's pretty cool because you see it says, Jeep community is all about helping people, and this shirt is about helping those in need. And you can see here that there is a JKU kindly winching out a Bronco that is buried up to the frame. So Jeepers out there, when you eventually do come across a Bronco, a real Bronco, not the Bronco Sport Ford Escape thing, but the real Bronco, stuck out on the trail, just remember, we need to help those in need. So offer them a line, pull them out of whatever they're stuck in, laugh at them a little bit, but give them a hand. That way they can get off the trail and not block other Jeeps going through.
No, I totally agree. But anyways, guys, hey, so we're doing our podcast right now. We got 2 people watching us. This is very monumental for us, and I just want to let you guys know thank you for watching and listening. It means a lot to us for being a small podcast, even though we are rated the 5th in the nation. It does mean a lot. It's very helpful that you guys are here. But anyways, so the Between Two Jeeps guys, me, Bill, Travis, and Steve, we all drove down to West Virginia on Friday. And that was a haul and a half because Steve kept forgetting. He goes, well, as soon as we get past Circleville, it's a country.
It's not.
And I don't know if there's any gas stations around. I go, what the hell? I mean, they're developed, kind of ish. They can say words enough.
Kinda. I mean, I can understand them. Can you?
But anyways, so we got down there about 6 hours. Got down there around 11:30 at night. We set up camp. We woke up. We got up early in the morning, and then actually 3 people showed up and were like, hey, we want to wheel with you. One's name was Kevin. We had Josh, and then we had another gentleman named Jason that's kind of a straggler. We didn't know that he was coming.
Yep. Well, and Kevin and Josh are podcast listeners, so shout out to you guys.
Josh,
your 392 is gorgeous. Kevin, your brand new Sahara is super nice. Love the color ocean blue. My Blue Devil is an ocean blue Jeep, so that holds a special place in my heart. And obviously, the 392 was pretty badass.
The favorite part of my trip was the good smelling bathroom at the Bear Wall camp. So if the old lady ever happens to stumble upon any of these videos, definitely was a good time and definitely was pretty great as well too. What are you doing?
This thing's screwed up.
Oh, it's not even recording?
It was for a minute and it cut out.
Steven. Well, anyways, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the camera. The camera should be right.
I'm going to move the camera.
There.
We're still working on some bugs here. Okay, here. We're still recording. Sorry about that, folks. We had some audio issues. I pressed a button I shouldn't have. So let me move the camera. Hold on.
No, just put it right, lengthen it up, and then put it right behind here in the middle.
Let me see if I can.
So,
there's USB ports back here. We're going to lose the... shoot.
No, you're fine. No.
We're going to lose the video feed, though.
No, just keep it. Just keep it, and then turn it to a little bit. Perfection. Yes. Well, you can... And then I'll scoot over this way. There. Perfection. Yes. Look at that.
Yes, now we can see. Okay. I need to grab a better...
we just got to restart the episode? Might as well.
Okay.
Hey, guys, this is John.
Well, hold on. That one's been... Damn it, hold on. Here. Okay.
Goddamn son of a bitch. And I will look at lifts.
Delete. Give me 1 second.
Ooh.
New episode.
Ooh, they got some nice wheels.
All right. We're ready?
Hey, guys, this is John.
And Steve.
And this is the 3rd time we've been recording this because tonight has been filled with comeuppance, and I'm actually staring at some tires right now. Actually, some wheels on the catalog that I got in the mail from Quadratech. But anyways, folks,
we're trying a couple different things. We're live streaming up to our YouTube channel, so if you haven't given us a like on YouTube, it's Between Two Jeeps. If you Google us for our YouTube channel, it'll come up. It's also linked in our link tree. And it's also on our Facebook page.
Yeah, it'll never show up. Don't worry about it.
So we had some technical difficulties. So this is our 3rd attempt at starting the podcast for this week. So for those that are on the channel streaming, the 2 of you, thanks for watching. I'm going to recap the shirt. Again, Off-Road Outfitters, they have a cool Jeep shirt that says "Help Those in Need," and it's a JKU pulling out a Bronco. And I think it's a good story because Jeepers help those in need. And if you're on the trail, you come across a Bronco that's stuck in block on the trail, obviously pull them out of the way. You don't want to wreck anybody else's day with them being stuck, so do the right thing. Help somebody out in need. All right, John.
So, anyways, I don't know why I keep looking at myself, but like the camera's up there, so hello. But anyways, we went to Bear Wallow this weekend, Steve, and we accomplished a badge of honor. So that was pretty cool. We left right after work around 5 o'clock, 5:30 when I got here, and we got around 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. We pulled up, we set up camp, beautiful campsite, wonderful weather. In the morning, we met up with Kevin and Josh, 2 of our podcast listeners. If you guys are listening to this again, thank you so much for coming out. We had a wonderful time with you guys.
And Bill and Travis were with us, and they're podcast listeners too.
Well, I'm getting there. Getting there. Covering all bases. Bill was there as well, too, and so was Travis, as Steve said. They both brought down their Jeeps. Everyone was having Jeeps. And then we had one guy that was just coming out of the blue, recently divorced gentleman. Very nice guy. His name was Jason. He came out and wheeled with us as well, too. What a wonderful set of guys that we had out on the trail. We didn't do anything too hard. We just ran a lot of blue and green trails because we knew the limitations of our group, and we wanted to make sure no one was breaking their rigs, even though that me and Bill did run into some problems, such as my power steering pump was whining a lot, so we were worried about whether or not that was going to explode or implode or not, but it didn't. An air bubble got into it after we went to the video called the slip and slide, and I tell you what, that was a little sloppy. But
it was a little muddy. For sure, it was a little muddy.
Yeah, but it wasn't too bad.
It had a rock bottom, John.
It had a rock bottom.
Get her into 4 low there, and you just let her in a bit in that rock bottom.
I whipped out my grease sandwich, and I'll let her eat.
Let her eat, bud.
So that was a lot of fun. We hit up a lot of cool sites. We ate lunch on top of a cool slag hill. There was a lot of, it was just raw coal. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It was completely black. Most of the stuff that we were actually driving in was coal. It was pretty cool. If you've never been down there, I do highly recommend going. Later on this podcast, I'm also going to be talking about some of the cool stuff that's happening for the future of Between Two Jeeps, and some future wheeling trips that we are doing as well too. Some further steps upon the Woodsman build and what's going on with that, and also the Blue Devil Jeep and what's ever happening with that, I guess.
It's still driving.
I would hope so. Thank God. Thank Jesus that it's still driving.
Bear Wallow was fun. And we're going to cut that couple of clips that we took while we were down there in a few minutes. But, we in total, there was 7 rigs. 6 Wranglers and 1 XJ. And we drove probably, we did hit all of the blue trails. Every single blue trail at Bear Wallow we did hit, except for those that were not in the main park. There's 2 that aren't in the main park that we did not hit this time. We're going to hit them next time we go down. We didn't hit really any of the black, and we hit a lot of the green stuff, getting to and from blue stuff. So the rating systems down there is green, blue, black diamond, and double black diamond. So obviously those goes from easy to hard. Double black diamond, we passed a few of them.
Impossible.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to run those besides some dude rock climbing, because they were like almost damn near vertical, big boulders, trees. But you could tell where the trail was because bark was rubbed off the trees. And they literally say on the double black diamond sign, ORV only, meaning it's not dirt bikes, it's not quads, it's not side-by-sides. You have to be a full-size rig. So there must be some people down there with some awesome rock bouncers, because that's the only thing that's making up some of those.
Yeah, they're pretty sketchy. I'll be honest with you. They're pretty sketchy.
But black, next time we go down, we're going to definitely run some of the black trails, which are harder. But
there's some red trails. The red trails didn't look too bad.
The red trails are pavement. I've re-looked at the map. Red is pavement.
Is
right?
it?
Yeah, because they're not going to put a gas station on a trail, and there's literally a gas station on one of the reds.
They put gas station around the
Yeah, so I look. Red is pavement.
You ain't got no gas.
It ain't got no gas.
Ain't got no gas.
Anyway, a lot of people, we've had some comments on some of our on our page and stuff like that. $50 in the helmet, no way. Well, the $50 is good for the whole year. So if you go there in February or March and you get your $50 pass, it's good until December 31st. So you can go a few times and wheel the trails, and they are really cool. The helmet thing, yes, you're supposed to wear a helmet the whole time. Did we wear a helmet the whole time? I'm going to plead the 5th on this.
Absolutely not. We didn't.
I'm going to plead the 5th.
Some guy goes,
the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
I did not wear my helmet at all.
We saw several other people and side-by-sides and other things on the trails without helmets. So I don't feel that bad.
It's mainly for dirt bikes and four-wheelers. I think Jeeps are like, I like whatever.
We had them on at the trailhead and when we left. And other than that, they're in the passenger seat in case we did happen to come across a Ranger.
Old lady Williker down there, what a sweet woman, did not come out and look to see if we had helmets.
No.
She didn't.
No, she didn't. But they do have, just like any other state, they have DNR folks that are on dirt bikes and side by sides, ride the trail. So if you do come across them and you don't have your helmet on, potentially you could get fined. Or odds are, if you're in a full size rig with a roll cage, you're just gonna tell you to stick your helmet on. So definitely worth the trip down there. So we're gonna go ahead and pause. You're gonna see me. Those that are on the
so there's actually a little snippet right here and a little bit that is going to explain my experience down in the hollers, and you'll get a invigorated, in-depth experience of the woodsman driving through the mud.
Okay.
So for the one little dude watching us, I appreciate you, guy. You're a good guy.
Oh, it's Madison.
Is it really you?
Yeah.
Madison Lynn!
Hey, thanks for watching, though. That's gonna help our engagement.
I know.
I appreciate it.
So anyway, this
Look
will
at
also save. This will
that.
save to our YouTube channel, so that people can rewatch this later.
Oh, I really appreciate it. But thanks for watching.
So don't eat your magazine. What we're gonna do here for the clips, though, is I'm gonna inject the 2 minute that we had at the beginning, your thing, and the ending. No, well, yeah, I'll just inject all three.
Can you like it?
Just
like it.
I don't know how.
Just hit like
I can't.
Like tap the live screen.
There's nothing to tap.
Yeah, she can't like it yet until we save it.
But I commented.
How's the audio quality?
I don't know. I have it down low, so can you hear the
Okay.
darkness? How's the audio quality? I don't know. I have it down low. So
Perfect. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna do plus. All right, hey, so we're back. So you guys not only heard John's wheeling experience there in Bear Wallow, but you also heard kind of our little brief introduction we had, kind of asking people if they were excited, and kind of our conclusion that we had at the Mexican restaurant. So, John, tell our listeners what's fun about Logan County or Logan City or whatever the hell we were at down there.
Well, buddy, so if you're going down to this restaurant, you're going to go up there and you're going to order some food. And then when you sit down for food, you definitely, at a Mexican restaurant, want an alcoholic beverage, especially if you're the age of 16 and above.
The age of consent.
Well, they don't ID in Mexican restaurants. As long as you have a beard. Anyways, state regulation is 21, so. Anywho, so we got down there and we were minding our own businesses and we're like, oh, can I have a beer? And the other guys were like, oh yeah, we need some margs, dude. And totally none of them had any of that there. And it kind of was like, oh, well, for shame. They didn't have any alcoholic beverages. And it made me kind of sad because they were actually a dry county, which isn't anything against them. It's the West Virginian laws, and it's bogus. But so I ordered some food. We did a little bit of the snippet of the podcast. We got to hear from Josh. We had to hear from Jason there. Two really good guys, like we said before earlier on in the episode. Yeah, it was ultimately a blast. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to go back. Something funny that happened: the deer were literally like dogs. So you could literally walk up to them and feed them food, and they didn't go anywhere. So
Not gonna lie, I kind of got trapped in my garage. That was.
Not gonna lie, I got lost in my own garage.
No, I kind of got trapped. The one door closed behind me and latched, and I don't have the handle on the inside, so I've had to go over to the other side where the Jeep is and let myself out. Speaking of,
see, did you know that the Cooper Country Club's also a dry country club, so you're not allowed to have a beer?
nope, corn squeezins are illegal. So you talked about the restaurant. It was good Mexican food.
It was good Mexican food.
I'm not gonna lie.
It was quality. It was like top notch, but like, what Mexican restaurant doesn't sell alcohol? And I mean,
they had it painted on the wall. They had like bottles of tequila like painted on the wall, but they didn't have margaritas. So I had a Jarritos, a strawberry Jarritos. It was good, but it was like, man, because I'll tell you what. So I had their guac. Their guac had large chunks of cilantro and queso in it. Like small chunks of queso cheese. It was awesome. It was so good. And my queso covered chicken. I like cheese, so the queso covered chicken was also delicious. But yeah, so we were gonna get barbecue, and honestly, I didn't see any barbecue joints. Like there were like 3 Italian restaurants, which I thought was kind of odd. And like one of them had like so much neon, like I'm pretty sure you could like cook the lasagna outside of it. Because like remember that one that we were driving by that had all the neon, that Italian restaurant? It looked like
Yes.
it
Oh
was
my
insane.
God.
You can
Clearly, you can see from
frickin'
outer space. Jinx, you owe me a soda,
Sweet.
or kiss my butt, and I'll give you a quarter.
No, it's Jinx. You owe me a Coke. I've never heard of the other thing. That must be something.
Jinx, you owe me a cold McDonald's cock.
that must be something from Amish country.
Cock.
Speaking of Amish country, as we were driving over to Bear Wallow, from the campground over to the actual ORV site, we passed an Amish farmers market kind of thing, and they had buggies out there, and Bill got on the radio and said, "John, it's your people."
There's a group of freaking Amishmen working on the damn butcher shop, and every time they come in, the guys let me know. Well, that was my TikTok. Sorry, I'm going viral right now. I have to check that. But anyways,
virus?
We're slowly dying.
Well, we're gonna be looking for another co-host of Between Two Jeeps since John Boy here got a virus and is dying.
John Boy got the COVID and he is dying.
Actually, funny story. John did get the COVID,
and
they gave it to everybody else.
Everyone else, because typhoid I am Mary. A man.
No, you're typhoid Mary. Anyway, you were talking about the Amish people at your butcher shop wanting to recruit you into their cult.
Yeah, no, they definitely were doing a satanic seance out where the barns were, and I had to make sure, that they were a good bunch of guys. They weren't a bunch of rowdy guys, but they did sacrifice about 2 hogs and a sheep to their good Lord and Savior, Amish Christ? Jesus.
Wouldn't that just be normal Jesus?
It's Amish Jesus.
Does he have a bigger...
Jesus is Jewish, not Amish.
Bigger beard?
He has a bigger beard with no mustache because the original Jesus has a mustache.
But that means he's married. I'm throwing all sorts of logic into John's discussion here.
So, Amish Jesus wears a blue shirt with a straw hat, and normal pants. And he's from Switzerland in the Finnish area, not Jerusalem. So,
and his name's Jesus Yoder?
And his name is Amish Jesus. Amish Jesus Cristo. Yes.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Amish Jesus Cristo has an amazing beard. It is about 7 feet long, and he's only 3 feet tall. So, like,
so he's a midget.
He's a
Could I hire him to clean off the GoPro?
He's a wizard. Wizard Jesus. Hagrid, how the fuck did you get here, buddy?
Oh my god.
Yo, Wizard Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry. Yeah. So, wow. Let's get back to the topic.
No. Let's keep talking about Amish Jesus Cristo.
No. So, events coming up for the podcast. We do have a wheeling trip coming up in October in Slade, Kentucky. We've been
technically the one up in Drummond is one too. I know it's a club event, but it's an open club event. So technically, since our president she's going to be up there. I got a message her, by the way, make sure they're coming, because it is 2 weeks. Give them 2 weeks notice. Like, hey, come on. Because they're on a wheeling trip right now.
No, not. They're home. They're home. They're home from West Virginia.
Oh, okay, Steve.
But our real next podcast event is Slade, Kentucky.
Slade, Kentucky, the 8th through the 10th. We are going to leave on a Friday and come back on a Monday.
Yep. Yeah, so we're going to wheel Saturday and Sunday. The 2 of us and several other people that are going are staying at Natural Bridge Campground in Slade, Kentucky.
So you actually got the state park.
What's not the state park? It's the campground. Like
Dana Boone National Forest, but then the it's right where the Natural Bridge is, right?
No. Remember where we stopped in the rest area with the stupid tour thing, and I went and got a Coke, and there was a campground like between that and the coffee shop that we went to. So it's off to the right down by the river. That's where we're at. So we're right near the coffee shop. We'll be able to walk to the coffee shop if we want. No, the state park had really weird rules, and they only had a couple trailer sites. Everything else was
weird rules.
They only had a couple trailer sites. And they had like no ground. I don't know. It was a bunch of weird shit. So we're at the Natural Bridge campground. If you don't want a tent camp, they have cabins that you can rent there. They have tent campsites. They have full hookup trailer sites, which is what I'm at. They have a swimming pond, a pool, showers, bathrooms.
Swimming pond.
Yeah. So it's kind of the whole shebang, but it's actually in Slade as opposed to where we were at last time, which was technically still in Slade, but it was way away from everything else.
Yeah.
So this is right in the heart of it.
Yeah.
Right in the Patchouli Central.
Yeah, it's pretty down there, though. That's why I want to keep going back. I know why. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous down there.
Well, and so we're going, so the podcast trip, the leaf should be changing colors. It should be absolutely beautiful. We're going to do about 70 or 80 miles of the Daniel Boone Backwoods Byway. We're also going to do a couple other trails that we had mapped last time we were down there, such as Wet Ass Peggy and Papa Love Jug. So Papa Love
Jug's tight.
It is tight.
Papa Love Jug is fucking tight.
It's tight, but it's cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Did you know gears are fucking $629 fucking dollars?
Yeah, that's for both front and back.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's not bad.
But I don't have a Dana 44 in the rear. I have a 35.
Well, then yours would be probably about the same with the different gearing.
What?
It'd be about the same. Ring and pinion's about $300 per axle. So, anyway, John, you want to talk about what's going on with the Woodsman?
Yeah, this fishbone fender liner looks fucking badass.
Is that what's going on with the Woodsman?
No, not at all. Anyways,
take
guys,
the catalog away from you.
Sorry, I'm shopping. The Woodsman, me, John Wolf, is now sponsored by 5 companies.
5 companies?
Whoa!
Woo!
So I think that's pretty cool. I'm sponsored by Red Rock 4x4, Barricade Off-Road, Mammoth Off-Road, I think, or Mammoth 4x4, but Raxium Lights, and Morphlate.
What you gonna get from Raxium Light Bar?
Listen, I planned all these sponsorships around parts that I wanted from each company because I didn't want to pay full price. But anyways,
They make some good stuff.
They all make good stuff.
Good stuff. Mammoth's wheels are pretty.
Yeah. No. Anyways, so the reason why I mainly did this is because I wanted to promote these good products because I'm going to be having them on my Jeep. Downside of that is they said you have to put stickers on your Jeep, and I said okay. And I was looking at all the stickers, and they're like, oh, these little itty-bitty ones. They fucking send me a windshield one for Red Rock 4x4, and the other ones say full banner. And I go, where am I going to put them? I'm not going to have any windshield.
It's going to be like a freaking
Ricky Bobby.
Oh, man, I can't see shit out of this thing, but I sure do love Big Newtons.
Yeah, it's going to be Red Rock. But I'm all sponsored by them. Morphlate, Tyler, I'm giving you another shout out on this episode.
I guess you could do top and bottom of the windshield, maybe.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. Or you could do it
down the side.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it right now.
Across the hood?
I haven't gotten all of them yet.
Okay.
But anyways, Tyler at Morphlate, he has a wonderful product. He's the president there. We are going to set up a time for him
to call on the podcast.
I have to email him back. But I want to get an audio clip of him talking about his product. So as soon as I get my product in, that's when he's going to be featured on the episode. Because it's going to be about Morphlate. They have a great product. Steve hasn't turned me on to that. And then I applied for the sponsorship. And I was like, hey, I'm going to promote this guy.
I paid full price. But I'm going to say this.
I'm not disappointed as well, too. Tyler, you still got a great product. Love your product. Haven't gotten it yet, but I've seen it in action.
I'm not disappointed, and here's why I'm not disappointed. Because prior to having the Morphlate system, it would take me, even with my Smitty-built deflator, it would take me about 20 minutes to deflate because I have to screw it onto the valve stem, pull the valve stem core, get it down to where I want, reinsert the valve stem core, lock that tire, move to the next one. So it'd take me 15 to 20 minutes to air down all 4 tires to where I needed to be. With the Morphlate system, it takes about, after I hook everything up, open the valve, I'd say in total 7 to 10 minutes maybe. And that's with unrolling, hooking everything up, airing down, and putting everything away. Max of 10 minutes. So that saved me 10 minutes there. The real time saver was with my Air Armor M240 compressor and the single hose it had. It would take me 35 to 40 minutes to air up all 4 tires from, we'll say, 17 psi to 35. With the Morphlate quad hose system, it now takes me 20 minutes to air up all 4 tires, and I'm done. And that's with getting the compressor out, hooking it up, hooking up all 4 hoses, turning the compressor on, airing them up, shutting the chuck, unhooking, and putting it away. I am that whole process, including the air up, is 20 minutes. I timed it when we were at
Bear
Wallow. So that right there saves me, I don't know, we'll say 25 minutes a wheeling trip. Take that out over, I wheel at least once, if not twice a month. It's a lot of time savings. It's savings on my compressor because now it's not running as for as long of a period. It's just all around savings. And I've had several people ask me, wow, what is that? Where'd you get it? I shout out to Morphlate every time. Their sticker is on my camper. That's always with me when I'm wheeling. Well, it's not with me on the trail, but it's with me at the campsite. But their product is always, it lives in the Jeep. It's just, it makes airing up and airing down so much easier. It took me a while to decide to finally bite the bullet and buy it because it's not cheap. It's $200, but you get quality components. And I will tell you this, I wish I had done it a year ago because it is such a time saver. So
he does have a great product. I'm not even gonna lie about it. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing absolutely there's nothing wrong with it. I have nothing wrong to say
locks
about
right
it.
onto the valve
Yeah,
stem.
it's obviously revolutionizing the way people are airing down and airing up their tires. Makes it quick, makes it easy. You got the digital gauge.
Yeah, the digital gauge. So it's an option on there, but definitely get the digital gauge because I will tell you this much: it is dead accurate. That is spot on to what's showing up on the TPMS sensors on the dash. It's spot on to what shows up on my digital tire pressure gauge. So it's dead accurate. And what's great is with that system, when you shut the chuck off, it equalizes all 4 tires. So if you're like me and kind of anal retentive about your tire pressure, if you want everything at 35 psi, you air up, you get it close, you get it right at 35, a little bit above 35. You shut the compressor off, you close that chuck, it balances between all 4 tires. So all 4 tires will have the exact same psi, which is huge. The other cool thing you can do with it is if you're like John,
you can blow up
and
balloons with it.
No, if you're like John and I though, and you have a full size spare, which John does it right now, but
I do, but it's not in the Jeep.
If you're like me, you have a full size spare on the back, and it's low D rated. The maximum psi in that is 65. You can go a little over that, but 65 is about where you want it. You can actually treat your full size spare as an air source. So let's say you have a tire, you plug it, you need to air it back up. You could actually hook one of the Morphlates to the spare tire and the other one to the tire that you're airing up, and it will equalize the pressure between the two. And so you can use that as versus busting out your compressor and airing and going through that whole rigmarole. You can just hook up the 2 tires and equalize the pressure between the two. So pretty cool. It also works for those that don't have compressors. It also works with power tank systems. My Air Armor, I love the Air Armor thing. It's in an M240 ammo can. It goes to my whole military thing.
It is a little small. The compressor itself
is a small. It works.
It does do a great job.
Yeah, it does a good job, but
gets a workout.
It's doing some work when it's doing it. Eventually, once that does go on me, I really want a power tank. Just you can air up all 4 tires using the Morphlate system in 35 seconds. I like that. That's a huge time savings. And I just like the idea of having the power tank. You can run air tools off of it. So we're not there yet.
That's expensive.
They're $600. They're not cheap. But when my compressor dies, I'm not going to buy another compressor because it wasn't cheap either. It was $2 something.
Yep. So, Tyler, hope to hear from you soon, buddy. We'll definitely get you on the podcast because he has his own podcast. And I'm pretty 100%, I'm like 99% sure he's from Australia.
He talks about Vegemite.
So, we're definitely on two different time
zones.
time zones. He's probably like waking up in the morning right now as we speak.
But it's a cool product, and we're going to get him on our podcast, and hopefully he gets us on his.
I hope so. Swell guy. Our emails back and forth are pretty funny, but something huge is happening between two Jeeps.
Between the two Jeeps.
Something very, 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 very. Wow, that is wow. I can see the light of. No, thank you for turning that on. I really.
It's a little too bright.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. No. Now you make me seizure. I'm just kidding.
I mediumized it. The filter was filtering it out too much. It was hard to see faces.
Had to sneeze. So, anyways, Between Two Jeeps has the very great pleasure of going up to Coldwater, Michigan. And if you don't know where Coldwater, Michigan is, you should, because if you own any JKS, Zone Off-Road parts,
Michigan,
or BDS suspension parts, we have the opportunity to go up and talk to Mr. Mike Maloney himself, the owner and creator of all these suspension systems. And we get to take a tour of his facility, and we also get to just chit-chat and goof around and horse around with him. So what does that mean? Well, he's going to be on the podcast. We also are going to be doing a few YouTube segments. I'm going to be making a few TikToks about it. It's all going to be about supporting their product. And it's all about going up there and talking to them and just having a good time. So what does that mean? Well, Mr. Mike Maloney, he's full of baloney. I'm just messing around. I can't help it. I can't help it. When we talked to him up at Silver Lake, he was a really wonderful guy. He invited us to come up. He wanted us to talk to him and stuff like that. And I'm super excited for it because that is a big step for the Between Two Jeeps team.
Podcast.
The Between Two Jeeps team. It's like me and Steve, and then like Travis, and then Bill, because he donated polos. So
and then Sean.
Oh, the wealth of knowledge.
The wealth of knowledge. Sean Schaefer himself.
The wealth of knowledge.
Which we're gonna have a special episode with Sean eating a.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a TikTok about it.
Yeah, about Sean eating a grease sandwich. Yeah.
Because he is addicted. Sadly enough, he is addicted to grease.
So we're gonna set up a fund for him. It's gonna be the man who eats red grease.
Red tractor grease.
Yeah, because it's not
red agriculture.
What is it? It's red.
I have no idea. It's just literally, it was just red.
Like, red axle grease or whatever the heck it is. Yeah. Anyway, the
trans grease. What's that? For your trans.
We're gonna set up a GoFundMe because Sean's gonna need some rehab to kick him off of his grease habit. They don't make patches for that yet, so we're really working. It's a struggle.
But anyways, this is a huge thing for the Between Two G's family, and I'm very excited for it. It's putting us in the right direction that we need to go to start meeting people in the industry, getting our foot in the door, just experiencing the off-road community and having the off-road community support us as well as two dudes just trying to have fun with our Jeeps and then talk about it.
Well, our thing with the podcast is, you get on a lot of these and they're all they're talking about is their builds and putting this part on and doing this and going here and doing that versus those that have met us. Our thing is about our community. So we're running around, we're interviewing Jeepers. We come across people on the trail. We're getting them on. We're getting audio clips from them. Our thing is getting those that watch the podcasts or watch the videos and listen to the podcast and subscribe to the channels. Our thing is getting you guys on our show because without you guys, we're nothing. And, it's our thing is to get everybody involved and bring the Jeeping community to YouTube and Anchor and everywhere else that we are at.
Yeah, I don't mind talking to Steve for an hour every week.
I'm boring. I don't like talking to me for an hour.
He definitely talks to his cats. I'm just kidding. No, he really does. That's not a joke.
The ones that
I'm
have
just
names.
kidding. He's my best friend. He named a cat after a tape measure. But
I did. I have a cat named Stanley because she plays with this tape measure.
He has no. I want to name a cat Keith, but that's beside the
Here's Dr. McGillicuddy.
and Keith. Meow, I am a woman and my name is Keith.
My name's Keith.
So, just giving a shout out to everybody. I do have a TikTok. If you guys are listening to this, we both have TikToks. It's literally Woodsman, JKU, and then Blue Devil Jeep.
I am Blue Devil Jeep. So there is another Blue Devil Jeep, and that's Blue Devil JKU or JK or Blue Devil something.
Of course.
I am Blue Devil Jeep. I've had that handle and that hashtag and the @Blue Devil Jeep for almost 3 years now. That is me. So the other one is not me.
I just have to establish that.
No,
I am the only Woodsman that I know of. Literally, I've never seen another Jeep named Woodsman
No,
yet.
it was the one that we came across that was close. It's like
Lumberjack.
Lumberjack.
I want to rip his fenders off.
Lumberjack.
Like, you're too close to my name, buddy. I'll rip your fenders off. There's some really... Ooh! Look at that tent. Bro. Dude, did you see that?
Yeah,
That's badass.
but you sleep in hammocks.
Folks, that's badass. Did
Yeah.
you know that you could get a Airbeds inflatable air mattress for the 07, the 08, I mean the 018, the 18 Wrangler?
Only the
And
07
it
and 08.
fits
You put it
directly
in
in the
09 and
back.
it explodes
You-
and kills everybody.
You can sleep in the back of your Jeep. Did you know that, folks? Did you know you could turn it into a queen-size bed? Wow, I sure didn't. Wow, I could be sponsor me, air mattress.
Here's the long story really short. Jonathan had a couple parts delivered from Quadratech to my house. So today, when the Jeep porn showed up, i.e. my Quadratech catalog, there was a second catalog for a JK, i.e. John's Jeep, in my mailbox. And I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's John's Jeep porn. So I gave it to him, and he's been like a 12-year-old looking at the Toys R Us catalog
It's
over here.
alright. Man, I love getting the Lego catalog in, like, every single, month. And I was like...
He's not old enough to remember the Sears Christmas catalog. So.
Yeah. It was...
Do you remember? Yeah, it
that
was like a
fucking
phone
thing.
book. Yeah.
You just sit through... That's all you would do. Just dream about all the things you couldn't have. It's
Yep.
sad.
Yep. Like, man,
I
how
looked
cool
at
would
the
that be?
trains. I always looked at the
Oh, so
RC
did I. Yeah, the
trains.
trains and the GI Joes. Those are and the Legos.
I like the
Those are
trains
kind of my
and the
areas.
Legos. And you would have them all circled out and stuff, and it looked like a kid's coloring book by the end that you were done. Dude, you can get a portable fridge.
Oh my God! Yes, I know.
Bro, dude.
All
Did
right.
you know you can get a Jeep logo hat? Dude, I tell you what, these Jeep logo hats, best Jeep logo hats out there on the market. Get yours only today for $19.99, plus shipping and handling, and the sacrifice of your firstborn child. Thank you, guys. And this has been John
And Steve.
with Between Two Jeeps, and we hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. And remember to always off-road, I guess. I don't know. Just remember to have a good week and sacrifice your firstborn child to Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. Thank you.
All right, now to our YouTube subscribers. My God, that ending was rough.
I liked it.
We drifted. We're
No! I brought it all. I brought it full circle.
You brought it some circle. I wouldn't know if it was full. You might have done a 360 there, Bob. Segment 2. So the benefit of being a YouTube subscriber, which we don't have anybody watching right now, but that's okay. That's okay because this will be on our YouTube channel. So those that watch this, the benefits to being a YouTube subscriber is you're going to get access to extra content of before an episode. If we have to pause during the episode, the stream will keep going unless it's like something catastrophic, like a meteor strike or like zombie invasion or something. And then you'll get some after episode content, which is what we're doing right now. The other thing that we were just offered through Anchor today, and I wanted to talk to John about this, but our YouTube channel is going to get to hear about it too, is we have now cleared enough listeners for a premium subscription offering.
What do you mean?
Meaning we can record certain content and only offer that to our premium subscribers that pay a fee that we get 100% of.
Oh,
So like it could be like $1 a month.
for like podcasts.
Kinda, except we won't be nude.
Oh, but that doesn't. But how does Crime Junkies make money?
Because they have millions of listeners.
Right. So what we can, but we've now crossed the threshold where we can do that. So whatever that magic threshold was, we hit it today.
They do this thing called Patreon, where you can like pay money for like extra episodes in addition to like the weekly episodes. They'll release like an extra episode or two a week, and they have like extras online, or they have like photos or some of like the evidence stuff online just for like their Patreon members and stuff.
Right.
So like you pay extra to see all this stuff.
Yeah. So what I was thinking we could maybe do is if we wanted to do like trail reviews or trail tips or stuff like that, that would be available only to our premium subscribers. Think about it. And our premium subscription wouldn't be anything expensive. It'd be like $1 a month. So if you want to listen to our premium shit and help support us,
that's dirt.
help support us, it'd be $12 a year. And the benefit is if you're a premium subscriber, those premium episodes that you're paying for have no ads.
How about $5 a month?
That's a lot.
That's what I pay for Spotify Premium.
That's a lot. Yeah, we're not no Spotify Premium. I think $1 a month is enough for 50 cents. And I'm not undercutting it. I just want to get more people to subscribe. The other thing I thought about doing is then every year we start maybe a 6-month back archive process where if you want to listen to our older episodes, they're now ad free, but you have to be a subscriber.
Oh.
And now the ad's not there, but your subscription that you're already paying us for
So I
unlocks
only
those
can listen to
episodes.
certain episodes of Crime Junkies because I'm not on Spotify Premium.
No, you can listen to all of them. Like,
Oh.
well, I don't know. I think so.
Anyway, we'll think through that. But our YouTube subscribers are getting this first. We might do
How many do we
very
have?
cheap 20 something now.
Whoa!
We might do a very cheap subscription service, and it would cover all platforms. So it wouldn't just be Anchor; it'd be Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that you'd be covered on. But you would get the ability to special like trail reviews, trail tips for actual trails that we're going and running. So like we could do an episode that would cover trips or tips for the DBB, tips for Bear Wallow, tips for Drummond, tips for Moab. We're going to Moab in April. For the trail systems that we run, we would do special trail tip episodes and maybe like some, sit down with Travis and do how to replace a JK radiator or guides just on stuff, and that'd be unlocked for our very cheap subscribers. And just so the folks that are still watching this YouTube episode for the podcast, all of the proceeds from the Between Two Jeeps podcast isn't going into my Jeep or John's Jeep.
It's going into a different Jeep.
It's going into a build for the podcast. As part of our LLC, if something were to happen and we were to dissolve the show, that Jeep would get sold, and then obviously John and I would split the proceeds since it is our LLC. But it's not my Jeep. It's not John's Jeep. It's the company's Jeep. And the build, any proceeds that we make from the podcast, from the YouTube channel, from sponsorships for Between Two Jeeps, all of that goes for that build. And right now we're looking at doing an XJ, which would be pretty sweet. Unless, before we can find a good XJ, we find a good deal on like a really old like J100 or like
Kaiser.
it'd be really cool if we could get like an MB. Yeah, but what if we get our hands on like a 43 MB? Like
That'd be cool too.
A Jeep. Anyway, and what we're planning on doing with that is doing a mobile studio. So it would be something that if we're going to, let's say, Ohio Jeep Fest, we would get a vendor spot. That rig would be at the vendor spot with recording equipment, and we would do the podcast from there. We would get people coming into the booth, vendors lined up, stuff like that. Silver Lake, same thing. It's not going to be a wheeling rig. While it can show wheeling parts and be a pretty cool build, it's going to be a trailer princess because we're going to use it as a mobile recording studio for the podcast.
I think we could set it up home base in like a middle of like if we found a clearing like off of like an easy trail.
Yeah, something like that. Say, hey, we're gonna pop. But the whole purpose of that is it's not going to be my wheeling rig. It's not going to be John's wheeling rig. It's going to be our podcast and vlogging studio that we have at Jeep events and at off-roading events, and just it's going to be a pretty cool thing. But it takes the help of our listeners through our sponsorships, the sponsorships, subscriptions, and ads to get us there. So keep listening.
And
keep watching.
it mainly, if you guys share our stuff.
Yeah, share.
We need to put that in the podcast at the beginning with my TikToks and stuff like that. I got like the most shares I've ever gotten. I have like almost 70,000 followers on my main account. I'm almost at 3,000 now on my secondary account, which is my Jeep stuff. And I'm just telling people to share, like, and comment. One of my most popular videos got 500 shares, and like my first most popular one on my main account was only like at 200. And I go, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
The best you can do to help us out is share the podcast, because every listen gives us a few fractions of a penny, but that adds up. Those few fractions of a penny right now have got us to almost $15. So that is almost what was that?
Yeah.
10,000 listens,
roughly.
So while it's not a lot of money, and it's very passive income, just giving us a listen, sharing the podcast, getting people to listen to it. Every time that ad is played, which is at the beginning of every podcast, I know it's annoying because people have now listened to it 31 times.
We should put it like somewhere towards.
We can't until we get a second ad. We can't switch it up. That one, your first ad has to be the beginning, and that's our only sponsor.
I wonder how we get another sponsor.
I have no idea. I have no idea at this point. I got to do a little research there. But I know it's annoying. It's a minute of your time, and that minute gives us 0.15 cents. The more that you share the podcast... You can
actually skip through it. You don't... Yeah. As long as you literally open up, you just go click, 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 done. You're on the episode. And people who've listened to the... that's what I do literally on some other podcasts. Hey, I wanted to mention this to you. Sorry, I keep flipping this around. But do you want to do like another podcast and talk about like Wendigos and stuff like that? And like the spooky, creepy stuff in the United States and like spooky stuff?
We can. Maybe that could be some of our premium content.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Like, oh, we're gonna go wheeling down in Barrow Wallow. What's down there? The Wendigo.
Oh, Skinwalker. Let me tell you about Skinwalker.
Let me tell you. Oh, there's damn. Well, we did see a Sam Squanch this weekend. He moved a tree for us. Goddamn Sam Squanch came right out of the woods, grabbed the tree, threw it over the trail, kind of flexed, and then walked.
There was a big ass log in the middle of the trail, and Steve goes, "Right, boy, get out." And I said, "Move out of the way." And I just picked it up and threw it across.
Sam Squanch.
And he goes, "That's how you break your legs, John. Your retard strength does good in this, but in situations like glass making, doesn't work well at all."
Yeah, retard strength works great for moving trees out of the road, but like when he's trying to do like lead stained glass work, it's just terrible. It's just... I was entertained.
It was pretty fun.
We did have to cut down one tree though.
Yep.
Good thing you had your stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't charge the battery, so it was only halfway charged. So I made it through like 3/4 of the tree, and then it died. So then Spanky here had to get on his axe and finish.
Oh man, that was hardwood.
Yeah, whatever it was, like that was my chainsaw was sparking going through it, whatever the fuck it was. But we got it done. Got off the trail.
Oh, anyways, folks, I think that's gonna finish our episode.
Yep. So thanks for subscribing to our YouTube channel. You got a little after podcast from Steve and John, and we'll talk to all of you next week.
See you guys.